What's up, guys? It's Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and here it is, my review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 301. This was an episode I was really waiting to see, and boy, I thought it was handled pretty well. The animation was pretty decent, and the action was really all over the place and great, so I really enjoyed that. I also liked the fact that Naruto was incredibly competent in this episode, really showing his skills as a ninja, how he's able to really use his brain and create these really great moves. Now, first and foremost, the Raikage. What a friggin' monster. This guy is so cool. He's basically just a big brute. He just runs all over the place, punching shit, and he also has this spear technique that he uses with his fingers that he basically just cuts through just about anything. And he's taking down the Shinobi Alliance one by one, and Tamari is trying to fight against him because she has the wind techniques. And it looks like it's going to work at first, and the Ceiling Team has almost got him. That doesn't work. And then Naruto finally just shows up on the battlefield, and he's in his Kyuubi chakra mode. So Naruto's like hanging out right in front of the sun. The Raikage can't see him. And then he comes down, and he's getting ready to hit him with a Rasen Shuriken from behind. Then the Raikage jumps over it. It's really slick looking. But Naruto immediately gets in front of the attack again, grabs the Rasen Shuriken, and gets him again at point blank. Really awesome looking. You get to see the Raikage flying across the battlefield. And, you know, you'd think that'd be the end of the battle, but no, the Raikage is one tough son of a bitch. He's able to immediately get back up and break through those bonds that the Ceiling Team are trying to get him with. And Naruto's like, what the hell? How come we can't beat this guy? And luckily, we have some exposition, some really convenient exposition in the form of a character by the name of Dodai. And what I love about this character is, if you watched our manga reviews, he looks a lot like Danzo. So we called him Good Danzo when we were reviewing the manga. So in honor of that, in the anime version, Dodai, you will now be Good Danzo in this as well. So Good Danzo is there basically to explain that the Raikage had a really embarrassing battle at one point with the Eight Tails, where they both had a stalemate. And that's where apparently he got his scar, but how he got it is kind of unknown. And that's going to be how Naruto is going to be able to unravel how to be able to beat the Raikage in this episode. And he goes about it in a pretty cool way. Now, I'm really glad that they're not going to rely entirely on the Kyuubi Chakra Cloak, and there's a big reason for that. Because Naruto's got a ton of other really cool abilities, like the Sage Mode. And guess what? He uses the Sage Mode in this episode to actually defeat the Raikage. And that was really the highlight of the episode for me. I remember when I read this one in the manga, I was so happy that they're not going to get rid of Sage Mode, kind of like in Dragon Ball Z, where Kaioken was awesome, and then when he got Super Saiyan, it's like, why do you need Kaioken anymore? No, there's actually a really, really good use for the Sage Mode. And the way he takes out the Raikage is really, really clever on Naruto's part. He actually does it first. He has to get in touch with the communication core, which again, conveniently, Good Danzo is able to communicate with them, and then they get a hold of Ino's dad, and then he gets a hold of the Eight Tails, who's taking a really, really long piss, and then he gets to talk to the Eight Tails himself. And the Eight Tails explains, well, yeah, I fought with the third Raikage at one point, and we both basically just ran at each other with our strongest techniques. He used his spear, but then we both just sort of fell down, and that was that. And then it all of a sudden clicks into Naruto's head, and then he goes into Sage Mode, and then both him and the Raikage start charging each other, and he's got a Rasengan, nothing really that crazy. And they're getting ready to hit each other, and then Naruto ducks right underneath the Raikage, and he hits his arm that's using the spear technique, and diverts it right into his scar, which is his weak point. And this was just so damn clever, and it makes sense, because this is probably what happened in the battle. He was using his spear against the Eight Tails, they both charged into each other, the Eight Tails made his arm hit himself, and that's why he was so embarrassed. He didn't want to tell anybody about this really shameful battle, because effectively he defeated himself by ramming into a giant wall. The Raikage is defeated, he's sealed up, everybody gets to celebrate, it's really awesome. And then at the end of the episode, we get sort of a recall to what was going on in last week's episode. They actually reanimate the scene where the Mizukage is taking out Inoki with his Hozuki gun, and it's animated a lot better here, and we get another reaction from Gaara, and that is the conclusion of this episode. The Raikage is a badass. The Raikage is so cool, he's just a wall. I cannot wait to play as him actually in the upcoming Naruto Storm 3 game. Good action, a little bit of comedy from some of the side characters. Tamari was awesome getting to see her again. Naruto is definitely the highlight this week. It's good to see you too, Good Danzo. This was just an all-around really damn good episode, ton of good action. So if you guys are Naruto fans, you definitely need to check this one out, because I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. So guys, I loved this week's episode of Naruto, but how did you feel about it? You can let me know with your comments below. And remember guys, as always, if you like this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. It really helps these videos out a lot. That concludes this review today. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.